Building this car became a little too F1 Ferrari accurate.
I've either dropped a part, or I didn't get it out of the bag, or it's missing, or something.
That, honestly, would have put me off buying it. Hello the internet and welcome back to Studio J. Now in 2022, LEGO released this, the McLaren F1 Team MCL 38 race car, and I said at the time,
You know, if LEGO ever does that set, but as a Ferrari, you won't be able to stop me from buying it. Sure.
and well, fast forward 2 years later and... Wait, why do I still have this? Here you go. Well, fast forward to 2 years later and either LEGO heard me or I said something really predictable. Because here it is, the LEGO Ferrari SF 24 Formula 1 car. And I'm in love. We start off on a LEGO set like always, opening the box. Now my first big surprise in opening this was that the bags, they're now paper instead of plastic. I understand the environmental reasons why LEGO have chose to do this, so good on you LEGO. And coming in at 1,361 pieces and 10 bags, this set for me was a 3-day build, taking a total of 4 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. Now this build wasn't the most technical, but it was the most fiddly with the amount of pins involved, which is to be expected for a Technic set. The initial steps were pretty straightforward, starting with the front axle of the car, building up the mechanism that is the working suspension and steering, and then moving backwards to the driver's cockpit and rear axle. This all takes place in bags 1 to 3. It was at this point in my building experience that building this car became a little too F1 Ferrari accurate.
I'm supposed to have 2 of these. Why is meant to go there? Uh-oh. I've either dropped a part, or I didn't get it out of the bag, or it's missing, or something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Alright, brief aside, there was a problem. Either I lost a part or there was a part missing from the bag. Not placing blame LEGO, but... Now, luckily, having been a lifelong LEGO builder, I had a box of spares that I could dive into to look for replacement parts. Because this is a fairly common piece, so I had plenty of spares. Oh, right. Box diving completed. I didn't find exactly what I wanted. I found what I wanted, which was these. Well, I only needed 1, but I found 2. But this one's the wrong colour. But having 2 means it can be even in the colour on each side. So, technically success, they're not red. Oh well. 2 parts later, let's remove this. Replace with that. Replace it with that. Yes, for the first time ever in my own experience of building LEGO, I was missing a part from a bag. So that problem was resolved and I could carry on with the build until the next problem.
There's a bit missing again. And it's not that. Let me just make sure. Oh, LEGO, you messed up. This is truly a Ferrari experience. It's meant to have a part that looked like that, okay? What they put in the bag was that. Check the instructions, it's not missing.
Yes, yet another missing part, or rather a missupplied part. Again, I was able to continue the build without further incident for a bag or two more, as it was mostly correct. This should look like this. Flat, smooth. Not that. That's what it looks like, so Lego, you're going to have to sort it out. Then Ferrari reverted to type and threw up another issue of another missing part. What I need is this. I have one of them. The other one that was supplied, because what I'm supposed to do is put one on there like that. This goes in here. It mirrors on the other side, or this goes on. And that goes in there, and then there's supposed to be one of those and this go in there. So you can see which bit I'm missing. This is what I'm supposed to be using. Doesn't work, so it's back to the spares box. Okay, spare parts box dive complete. And I have a replacement, I have a spare, but as you can see, not great, Lego. Really not great. So I will be submitting requests to you for replacements. So a quick report to Lego's website, because you can report missing bricks or parts and request replacements, and as of the time of recording this video, a full 7 calendar days later, I am still waiting on a response. Which brings me nicely to the livery, or rather the stickers. The 55 individual stickers that make up this build. Yeah, you've heard me right. 55. Now, as a Ferrari fan, I can say that for me, the omnipresent HP branding is a little too much, and I did consider leaving some of these HP stickers off to sort of build it as the early 2024 car before the HP branding came in. However, I decided I wanted to go full completion with it, and hey, at least it's not the 2025 livery. That, honestly, would have put me off buying it. But it does beg the question of, Lego, why are you so afraid of printing decals on your parts? I had this same criticism with the Lego SLS rocket, that it was so many stickers instead of just printed parts. The only thing that was actually printed on this set is the Pirelli tyres and the wheel caps. Everything else, stickers. Although I do suppose in this instance it's not the worst case in the world for this kit in particular, if like me you're not as much a fan of the HP sponsorship branding. You can always remove them. I am spouting a lot of hate for HP. Well, they do make subscription service inkjet printers, so I guess they brought it on themselves. Now, having gotten a really good look at the McLaren Technic set from 2022, by the way, watch out for that comparison video coming soon, so if you're not already subscribed, do it so you don't miss it when it comes out. The finished Ferrari does have a lot of the same features as the McLaren. A functioning steering wheel that also steers the front tyres, but is also controlled by a knob on the top, so you're not having to reach in and fiddle with the steering wheel. Functioning front and rear suspension, both up and down, and also leaning side to side. And the best bit being, if you take off the engine cover, you do see that V6 engine with working pistons that move as you roll the car. So feature-wise, it is on par. And those features are pretty solid. Personally, I really love the fact that this car has functioning suspension. It's nice and bouncy. Now let's talk about the tyres. Now Lego chose to supply this set with medium compound tyres with the yellow markings on them. And the sister set that came out at the same time as this, the Red Bull, they supplied with soft compound tyres with the red on them. And being somewhat of a Formula 1 fan myself, I thought, gee, you know what would be great was if I could display the Ferrari with a stack of tyres next to it of a different compound to what it's currently got on. And you can order individual Lego parts online from Lego's website. It's quite expensive when you take into account that it's £9 shipping for like a 2p part, but if you need it, you can buy it. So I went on that website, to have a look for the tyre from the Red Bull kit, and it was not available. But not wanting to give up on my quest for tyres, I emailed LEGO customer services directly and said, hey, do you sell this part? Can I buy it? Can I give you more of my hard-earned money to have some little tyres to put next to my Ferrari? And it took them all of 3 days to respond, and that response was go get ripped off by scalpers on eBay. So it does leave me with just the one set of medium tyres for the Ferrari. But it could be worse. LEGO supplied the McLaren 2 years ago with wet compound tyres, so I could have almost had the mythical wet tyre Ferrari. It still haunts my dreams. Okay, now I do get that I have spent a fair amount of time in this review complaining about various parts of it, and you would be right to be in the comments going, oh, he's being pissy about this kit, he hates it, it's rubbish, rah rah rah. In fairness, you'd be right, I have complained. But I've only complained about legitimate criticisms that I've had in this kit, particularly from my own experience. Not everyone is going to have had the missing parts that I did, and at least being an experienced LEGO builder, I had the parts in my own collection that I could continue the build with. I genuinely do feel sorry for anyone who had been bought this kit, for example, a Formula 1 fan, who had had this kit bought from them, who are not an experienced LEGO builder, who was unable to finish their build because they didn't have one of these lying around. But I also really love this set. How it looks, how it feels, the overall finish of it now that it's built. Arguably, I'd say this is one of my favourite builds that I have done that you see in the studio behind me. I would say it is a top tier LEGO set for what I have built, and it is getting a place of honour in the studio that will appear in future videos, as opposed to being just chucked away in a box or disassembled and put away. So despite my complaining, I don't want to take away from the fact that this set is a really good set. So to sum up, I did overall enjoy this build and its end result, but there was a bit too much Ferrari in my Ferrari. Now I'm curious if any of you who are watching have also built this set or had similar sets with missing parts. How bad has it been? Has your build been completely derailed? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.